Hey Johnny, thanks for the host and thanks for coming by. I'm just getting ready to get things started. Paul, what's up, man? Johnny is one of two people responsible for the Two Dudes with Cats channel, and they are pretty much awesome and streaming every single day. Just got home from Mexican dinner. Man, that sounds delicious. I love Mexican food. All right. Just had to get the light turned on. I'm about ready to get started. Should be good to go. It's always hard to get everything set up when I'm doing it by myself. The following program is a presentation of the Mat Wrestling Network. Viewer discretion is advised. What's up, everybody? Happy Star Wars Day. Welcome to MWA Mat Wars. I'm Matt Young, and this is our last show before next Sunday's, or this Sunday, I guess, the MWA Maddie in the Bank pay-per-view. Almost fucked that up. First ever Maddie in the Bank pay-per-view. Got men's and women's ladder matches, and tonight we're going to be determining the final competitors in both of those contests. We've got two men's qualifying matches, as well as one women's qualifying bout. Tag Team Championship #1 contenders are going to be determined. Just trying to get things started since it takes forever to load. And in our main event, the world champion, the White Ranger Joe Biden, teams up with international champion Chewbacca to take on their respective #1 contenders for this Sunday, Superman and Batman. Want to hear more about this dinner that Paul had? We're getting ready to head down to ringside for the opening pyro. At least I hope so. Let's stop the music too soon. Here we go. Hard to believe we're just a few days away from Maddie in the Bank. Here in El Paso, Texas. I'm pretty sure I'm not sneaks. Oh yeah. Although you can see most of the match lineup since I didn't get the transition screens. Oh man, I need sleep. Getting ready to open things up with the first of the two men's Maddie in the Bank qualifying matchups. Former world champion Skeletor is going to be taking on Captain America. Captain America also going to be in action later tonight in that triple threat tag team matchup, Tornado style, to determine the #1 contenders for the titles. And if he wins both these matches tonight, Cap's going to be pulling double duty again on Sunday at the pay-per-view. I guess Paul's no longer with us. Oh, you didn't say anything. I was asking about the dinner, but yeah. I believe you. Oh, loading bars tease me. There you go. It's at like 99%. This is the one aggravating thing about the game, that and the tag team logic, I guess. Looks like we're finally ready to go. Former world champion Skeletor making his way out to the ring now. We've already seen other former world champions fail to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match, both in the men's and women's divisions. I think for the men, Superhuman is coincidentally enough the only former world champion to qualify thus far. In addition, Skeletor Black Panther is going to have his shot a little later on against the MAGAzord. By the way, EastX Twitch streams every Saturday Game School at 9 p.m. Eastern. Giving away game codes and having a good time. Not quite sure why my mic audio is quieter on this show than it is on the other one. It's literally the exact same settings. Former MWA Tag Team Champion Captain America making his way out here. He and Spider-Man going to be competing against the teams of Iron Man and Doctor Strange and former two-time champions Thor and Loki in a #1 Contenders triple threat match a little later on tonight. The reason this match is going on first is to give Captain America adequate time to recover between matches, although compared to most of the competitors on this roster, he probably needs that time the least. But hey, fair is fair. Ooh. I don't know if it's a coincidence or not, it probably is, but ever since I got that second COVID vaccine, it's been really difficult to get to sleep. Normally my problem is staying asleep, but now it's both. It's wonderful. Alright. And that's how you know it's an MWA show, or I guess 2K19 in general, because immediately they go to the outside of the ring. You can either leave countouts on and have them get counted out because they can't figure out how to get back into the ring, or leave them off and have them beat the shit out of each other on the outside. I chose option B, much like Jeff Hardy back in the day. Shout out to new father Adrian Cade on that one. Oh, damn. Just for one of two remaining slots in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. So far, we've got Superhuman, Spider-Man, the Incredible Hulk. Who else we have in there? Try to keep track of everything between the two shows every week. As Skeletor continues to hammer Captain America on the outside. Oh, Thor, obviously. That was last week. Last week, Thor beat Thanos to qualify. As Skeletor hammering away with the donkey punches, followed by the German suplex. He uses a variation of that as a finisher at times. Kind of a deadlift German suplex. That time is the standard version. So far, Captain America has not been able to get out of the blocks. Clothesline Skeletor out of the ring to start, but then from all downhill from there. Now Skeletor with the cover stank, McKenzie's surprisingly in position. Quality refereeing, not necessarily his forte. But he's all we've got. Captain America's continuing to struggle, and hopefully whatever kind of issue is plaguing him, he can get that sorted out. He's got the ladder match as well as the tag titles to worry about, trying to earn shots in both. Oh, there you go, Sling Blade on the outside. Again, no countouts here in the Mat Wrestling Association. Oh no, they're gonna fight to the back? No countouts might be a mistake. Donkey punches again, Captain America's only weakness. Just want to take a moment while they were fighting on the outside to thank everybody who tuned in for MWF Mat Mania this past Thursday night. Had a great crowd, incredibly active chat for that. 2.5 hours long, but loved almost every minute. A couple glitches with the mod pack. Oh shit! Captain America with an exploder off of the ropes. I don't think I've ever seen him or anybody do that before. Fan holding up a completely unrelated sign. Yeah, there you go. That's the part that I didn't care for. It's a match that it went fine when I tried simulating it before that, so I'm not sure what the deal was. It just seems to be random. Like the exact same circumstances can cause no problems most of the time, and catastrophic issues in the one time that we need it to work properly the most. But we're gonna do a rematch with the time limit, so there's that. How you doing, Mario? Captain America locking on one of Jesus' trademark maneuvers, that cross armbreaker there. That's good. Glad to have you here, as always. Oh shit, Skeletor's pointing right to us. Yeah, I've kind of stayed away from Fire Pro for the most part since Thursday, just because of the fact that trying to get everything ready for that show wore me out. Oh. So then hopefully you start feeling better soon. I would say take care of yourself, but I mean, I'm guilty of not doing so myself, so yeah, I know how it goes. It's hard these days. Cap with the cover after an extended beating on Skeletor. Captain America's first cover of the match, I think. Maybe second. Maybe 2 count. The Cap looks like he's setting up for the finish. Skeletor's in trouble. Oh, the discus punch caught him right on the jaw. Captain America might have it here now that I've said that he probably won't. But hey, let's see. And it's over just like that. Captain America has qualified for the men's Matty in the Bank ladder match. If he wins later on, he's going to be wrestling for the tag team titles as well. Oh yeah, the technical issues are the main thing for sure. But that's what I mean, like, trying to set everything up for the show. I was testing out the mod pack over and over again sometime, and trying to figure out like what all the technical issues were caused by, which I still haven't for certain parts of it. That was part of what wore me down mentally. 95% of the time the mods worked fine, so I don't know. Let's just see how everything goes on Thursday. Should have the full card for Thursday's show out sometime tomorrow. Then Sunday we're gonna have the Matty in the Bank pay-per-view. Captain America celebrating his big win, going on to the Matty in the Bank ladder match. The match that is guaranteed to have longer load times than any other match from the entire show. I know how to sell a fucking match. All right, coming up next, we have the Women's Champion She-Hulk in non-title action taking on Rihanna. Rihanna is going to be a part of that Women's Maddie in the Bank ladder match this Sunday. She-Hulk's going to be putting her title on the line against the #1 contender, Captain Marvel. I really need to find a place to not necessarily mount my phone, but just have it lean against something so I can use it more easily for chat. The music was supposed to be playing, but yeah. The music you would be hearing comes courtesy of Nick Bedigo. There it goes. I just had the volume of the headset down lower, huh? Alright, this non-title match featuring the women's champion finally ready to go. Rihanna, one half of the team Beyonce. Her tag team partner Beyonce failed to qualify for the Maddie in the Bank ladder match. Coming up in our semi-main event of the evening, our final women's qualifier, we've got the former women's champion Wonder Woman taking on the debuting Gamora. So a huge opportunity for Gamora in her first match here against a former women's champion with an opportunity to qualify for the ladder match. And there you see our proud champion She-Hulk. She was able to retain in a triple threat match in our last pay-per-view. Defeated Captain Marvel and Jessica Jones, now getting set for a one-on-one rematch against Captain Marvel. Jessica Jones going to be a part of that Maddie in the Bank ladder match. Stank McKenzie calls for the bell and we are underway. By God, Mario using She-Hulk's shoot name. And immediately it's dropping Rihanna on the back of her head. I'm definitely in camp She-Hulk for this one, but we've seen She-Hulk before her title victory suffer from some questionable losses against the likes of, well, I say questionable, but Kendall Jenner, one of the individuals who beat her, is in the Maddie in the Bank ladder match, so maybe I shouldn't underestimate her. Knock her hairline even further, but yeah, she is pretty tall. But Rihanna looking to kick her right in the face anyway. Oh, and that roundhouse is kind of coming out of nowhere. Rihanna beat the first ever women's champion Harley Quinn to qualify for the ladder match. Like I said earlier, champions have not had a whole lot of luck, former champions, in qualifying for these ladder matches. But the current champion, She-Hulk, looking strong right now. You mean faster paced than this or 2K20, or did you mean 2K? This is 2K19. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is probably the best 2K game that's been out since 2K14, but there are definitely a lot of things that they could improve on. And they, from what I heard, did not go in the right direction with 2K20. I still want to get 2K20 if it gets down to like $5. She-Hulk with the pin and only a 1 count. What I'm worried about is having to transition from this game to a new one. It's like if the new one sucks, then I'm kind of screwed in terms of being able to get new content in this. The servers are going to be shut down. I'm not going to be able to install or download any new characters or upload any logos or anything like that. The 2K20 is the only one in the series that I don't have. I've heard it's gotten a lot better since it first came out, but still questionable, I guess. Again, She-Hulk with the 1916. She's going to go for a cover. Trying to get Rihanna away from the ropes. Now just woman handling her, tossing her halfway across the ring. You know, I haven't even played this one that much. I played through some of the story mode, and the gameplay felt a lot better than the more recent ones, but yeah, I spent way more time stimming. That would be a nice alternative. Here comes the pain. Or maybe they can have like simulation and arcade options in the same game. But they tried to do arcade style with Battlegrounds and not really work at all. Finally ready to get outside the ring. It's tradition, you gotta do it. Completely unrelated, but the great thing about having both a curved monitor and a curved spine is you never know which one is throwing you off balance. But since you mentioned the, well, it's true. Since you mentioned the older games, for a long time, since at least late last year, I've been wanting to, I think I mentioned it on air before, actually, when you were in the chat. I wanted to stream some older games that I just haven't found the right way to go about it, I guess. Uh-oh. She-Hulk with that wasteland and going right into the submission. Okay, yeah, I was pretty sure I did. I've also been interested in streaming some Wrestling Empire too, but I kind of play that game. I get really into that game for a while, then go weeks at a time without playing. Although I've gone like weeks at a time without playing any games, so might be it too. Oh no, She-Hulk running away from Rihanna? Champ's starting to... Oh no, she just lured Rihanna in and kicked her right in the back of the head. And, you know, I don't think it'd be all that difficult, really. Like, I could use my Elgato for the actual consoles. I've got a large number of those games on disc, or on cartridge, I guess, but I'd have to get an HDMI adapter for those type of systems, the older ones. And there's always the option of emulators, like for No Mercy, they've got that WCW Feel the Bang mod. I've always wanted to try that. Uh-oh, Rihanna now going for the cover, only a 1 count on the champ. Maybe go through the story modes on some of the older games, you know? There you go, yeah. Okay. No Mercy tournament trophy right back here. Oh, a really unique facebuster type move from Rihanna. Now locking in that code of silence. Is Shield gonna tap? You hardly ever see people submit this game. You're playing No Mercy with something like the HD graphic mods or the Feel the Bang version. That's, like I said, that's pretty high on my list. And for the third time, the 1916. This is the man. Oh wait, She-Hulk covering Rihanna again after the third 1960. Oh, only 2.5. Man, it could be anything. Blue Meanie versus Ken Shamrock. I guess maybe 2000 might have been a little too late for Ken Shamrock. No, he's still there. I'm probably completely wrong about the main event. Oh, okay, you have created wrestlers in there. Ryu versus Sagat. Oh, the big boot to the face. I do. I'm not like a huge fighting game fan in general, but I've been playing. I think I played most of the major Street Fighter games since Street Fighter 2. And I think that's got to do it. No, 2.5 only. Man. Yeah, I appreciate the Street Fighter games, but they're just... I'm not very good at them, and I've never really gotten, like, too hooked on them, I guess. Oh, she tapped! Holy shit! The second time a code of silence is applied. And the champion, She-Hulk, just has that. Well, I put a lot of time into certain ones when I was younger. Like, Soul Calibur, the first one, I liked a lot, and the sequels I played less of, but they were still pretty good. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and 3. Both Power Stone games were awesome. There are other ones, but those are just ones I can think of off the top of my head. Most of the Smash Brothers games, even though I've only owned the one on the Switch, I've played all the other ones. Yeah, that's what I love about the Series X and the PS5's quick load times. Amongst other things, but that's probably the best part. That, and I went from... I only had the original Xbox One and PS4 that I got... I got the PS4 the day it came out, and the Xbox One like 6 months later, whenever they stopped requiring the Kinect, and bundling it with that. But as a result, there's a huge leap. Like, I went from not being able to do anything in 4K on those consoles to super fast SSD load times and 4K and HDR. What did I miss here? Vermintide 2, wasn't that? Well, maybe it was the first Vermintide that was part of Games with Gold. Alright, you'll have to let me know. Oh, Game Pass. Okay, that's where I saw it then. Pretty sure it was one of those things. Oh, man. My backlog problem continues to grow. They've added yet another Final Fantasy game to Game Pass, or at least they're about to. I'm not sure if it's on there yet. But my whole plan to finish all the Final Fantasy games that get put on there. If you haven't noticed, they take a long-ass time. I'm playing through these games for the first time ever. I got NBA 2K21 last year with like a gift card, and it's excellent, but I've barely gotten to play that. A lot of the games on Game Pass haven't even gotten to try. MLB 21, that's been what's taken up the little bit of video game time I've enjoyed recently. Wow, I didn't expect Vermintide to be anything like Left 4 Dead. That actually sounds pretty good. Although I went back and I played Left 4 Dead 2. I'd only played it previously on the 360, and I got it on Steam last year when it was like $1 or $2. And I don't know if it's just the fact that I was trying to play it on the PC, although I use a controller on there too, so it should have made a difference. And it just controlled horribly compared to the console. As the Joker makes his way out here for this match with the Blue Ranger. Was the music comment about Nick's music or about the entrance theme? I'm guessing the former. But... He's been putting up his podcasts, but still no music on Spotify. Counterfeit Joker. Yeah, I don't know if he wants to make it like a separate channel. I don't know what the plan is, or if he's trying to like maybe get his final vision out there instead of just demos, even though the demos sound excellent to me. I mean, I'm not the one creating it, so. But he's had a lot going on. Part of the reason why he's not doing these shows anymore. Had a lot going on ever since the end of last year. And I don't know if it started yet or if it's going to be starting soon, but Nick's doing bocce ball for the 3rd year in a row. And going to be calling his team Bocce Mania. And they're going to get these Hulkamania style shirts that had the team name on there. So I thought that was pretty awesome. This match was announced as the Joker taking on the Black Ranger before it was changed to the Blue Ranger by Commissioner Ron Swanson. Black Ranger excused from competing tonight so that he can sit with his tag team partner, the Red Ranger, in the back and watch that #1 contenders match to determine who is going to challenge them for the tag team titles. I still think it's hilarious how, no matter how many times I change it, it plays that fucking Dean Ambrose theme, but we never get any sort of demonetization for that. It's only for the generic Goku theme. Huh. Joker trying to find his way here in the MWA debuted, as you would expect, in a feud with Batman. Those two split a pair of matches. Joker was able to pick up a victory over Robin as well. Ended up losing to Chewbacca. It's going back and forth. Picked up a win over Daredevil last week. Oh, and a skull-crushing finale right out of the gate by Blue Ranger. If all my friends were well, not all my friends, if some of my friends were Power Rangers, I'm pretty sure that Paul would be the Blue Ranger, if we're going by Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Oh, well, actually, no, Paul might be Alpha 5. Yeah. He was like the nerdy, super smart guy. And I could see you wearing big baggy overalls, like an overgrown Oshkosh Bagosh kid back in the day. Wait, what Ranger do you think you would be? If I get an answer of like, oh, it's the original Purple Saurus Rex Kaiju Zeo Ranger or whatever, I have to temporarily mute you. Well, you were so quick to dispute the Blue Ranger Association that I figured you might have something else in mind. Oh my god, right out of... Oh man. Nearly knocked Joker right out of his shoes there. With the Hadouken. Must have heard Mario talking about Ryu. Oh, okay, you disputed the Alpha 5 thing. Yeah. You kind of sound like Alpha 5. That's true, you never said I that I know of. Actually, no, you did. You said I, canta, you know yours. But that's... Ba-de-bow. Speaking of... I think like that, tomorrow, Cinco de Mayo, also... Oh wait, Blue Ranger... Jesus Christ, that was unexpected. They love waiting until I'm trying to say something before making a completely unexpected pin. The Blue Ranger kind of handling the Joker a lot more easily than I expected. And what I was trying to say is, in addition to Cinco de Mayo, tomorrow is also the birthday of EastX Twitch, aka Paul. So, yeah. I would say he's getting old, but he's been there for quite a while. So, any update on the potential birthday stream, Paul? Or, well, dual birthday stream between yours and Brandy's. I know you said you weren't sure on, like, whether it would happen or what the exact date might be. Paul's gonna be 42 years old. Oh, tomorrow, alright. Well, that's the best possible day you could do it. Considering I've got a stream on Thursday. And this is actually on your birthday, so it's cool. The one tomorrow. Is the music not playing again? There we go. Sorry, everybody. Sleep deprivation is a son of a bitch. Oh, wow. I didn't know you had a sister. Hey, you've never heard a fart on my stream. And I just play certain games because I'm sticking to a story. I tried the variety streaming thing on my other channel, and I just couldn't find enough motivation to stick with it on a regular basis, at least not while doing this too. It is what it is. And you're how old, Mario? I believe 39, right? Or you're going to turn 39 this year? I'm horrible at remembering things in my old age, and again, sleep deprivation kind of factors in. 39 in June, okay, yeah. Paul's birthday in May, yours in June, mine in July. Chris's was in April. We've got that triple threat tag team MWA contenders match coming up, so with 6 creative guys, it's taking kind of long to load. Preview of this Sunday when we got 2 6-man ladder matches, or 6-person ladder matches. I mentioned Brandy's birthday already, Paul. I said I know yours is tomorrow and Brandy's is coming up on Thursday, so you got a dual birthday stream. I'm not going to mention Brandy's age because I'm a gentleman. Well, no, I'm not, but I'm still not going to mention it. Because I don't want her to hurt me. Yeah, that's what I was saying before, Mario. Like, I used the PS5 for probably a month or so after it came out, and was streaming this game, and aside from getting rid of the horrible jet engine type noise from the PS4 that you can probably hear in the background, despite the fact that I'm using numerous audio filters, yeah, you're right. It does not seem to improve the load times much at all, at least for created characters and stuff like that. Absolutely, yeah. I haven't tried a whole lot of older titles on the PS5, but the ones I have tried have worked incredibly quickly, and from what I understand, based on like all the comparisons before everything came out, it tends to be pretty similar across most games between the Series X and the PS5, and I played a lot more Series X, not what I expected to be doing, since I anticipated the PS5 a lot more, but thanks to Game Pass, that's what's happened. And stuff that would take well over a minute to load can be done in, 15 seconds, and it's just great. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't tried either of those. Haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2 at all. I haven't played GTA 5 in forever, but those are two games that had incredibly lengthy load sequences ever since day one, so I can only imagine that makes it a lot better. Yeah, there's Game Pass on PC, the Epic Game Store giving away one or two free games every single week. I've got something like 70 of those now. Huh. Okay. There are some microphone issues. This is not the main event. This is actually the 4th out of 7 matches. It just feels like the main event because it's a really fucking long wait to load. Number 1 contenders match would normally be one of the main events, but we got the world champion and the Central Illinois. Okay, the Central Illinois Championship is a secondary title from New Midwest Wrestling in Springfield, Illinois. Why that popped out? No clue. But it's the International Championship. Shout out to New Midwest Wrestling, which is no longer around, but most of the guys who wrestled for it still are. I guess I do. Well, it's like the International Championship is our version of the Intercontinental Championship, and the Central Illinois was theirs. So like CI for Central Illinois, IC for Intercontinental. But yeah, this is tornado style, one fall to a finish. So Stan McKenzie's gonna have his hands full. Winners of this match are going to be facing the Red and Black Power Rangers on Sunday. Maddie in the Bank. Yeah, the main event tonight, again, the world champion White Ranger Joe Biden and the international champion Chewbacca. It is Star Wars Day after all. Taking on their challengers Superman and Batman. Yeah, man. It's ridiculously hot here too. 82 degrees. But it was over 90 earlier. Ooh, the face palm into the choke slam from Thor to Spider-Man. So I'm trying to check something on my phone while not missing anything, but there's 6 guys in here. Civil War reignited as Iron Man's dropped Captain America across the steel steps. We got all Marvel characters, all Avengers movie characters in here, actually. Captain America and Spider-Man, the last tag team champions before the Power Rangers, and Thor and Loki, two-time former champions. Iron Man and Doctor Strange have never gotten a shot at the titles before, so this is a big opportunity for them. Oh, and Thor basically no-sold that kick and punched Spider-Man square in the face. Okay, well, apparently my phone is not going to cooperate with me. Oh, somebody's bloody. It's either Spider-Man or Iron Man. I think Spider-Man. Yeah, Iron Man's cool. Thor eviscerated Peter. Yeah, summer is, it could be a lot worse. At least where you're at. Well, I don't know. It might be different depending on how close you are to the ocean. How's the humidity usually there in the summer? Hopefully it's not as bad as Texas. The California humidity well, again, I don't know if you're like really close to the ocean, then maybe it's really bad, but compared to other states, it's pretty low for the most part. Loki with the low-key DT, Doctor Strange, Thor toss to the outside. Okay. Because in like the Riverside area, it would generally be pretty low humidity, maybe 20-25% at most. In Texas, it's like 400% humidity. Well, just to be clear, since I have not been up to that part of the state, I have no clue where anything else is in relation to other locations that are up there. Like, I know generally how far it is from places in Southern California. If that makes sense, probably not. Thor up to the top. You don't see that very often. Dropping the elbow on Spider-Man. Iron Man doing a yoga pose on the outside. That's a tough one, too. He's crawling his way to his feet. Doctor Strange and Loki going at it, but oh, Captain America, who's already wrestled once tonight. This dragon suplex Doctor Strange now hammering away and cuts him open. What the fuck is Loki doing? Loki went for a double axe handle on the ropes trying to impress Mario, but just couldn't get it done. Speaking of ropes, Captain America's got Doctor Strange up top and snaps off a Hurricane Rana. Loki somehow breaks up the pin without making contact. I think he might not have caught all of that. So Captain America and Spider-Man are both going to be in that Maddie in the Bank ladder match. Could end up battling each other for the right to call themselves Mr. Maddie in the Bank, as if anyone would actually want to call themselves that. Uh-oh, Iron Man was looking to perhaps finish Thor off, but Spider-Man, knowing that even if Thor and Loki take the fall, his team could lose the match. He gets in the way of that. Wait there, yeah. Shit, I guess NXT is on tonight too, huh? I am probably 6 or 7 weeks behind on that show. Captain America looking for the submission. Iron Man goes for the cover, and the referee already busy over here with that. Yeah, it's hard to keep up with everything. I know I've been over that multiple times before about my inability to play my video games or keep up with the reading or watch anything. I think I recently watched Raw from 2 weeks ago and AEW from last week. Loki Gets caught in the middle of his pose and DDT. Doctor Strange and Loki, the only ones in the ring. No cover there. I really need to get all this stuff cleared out behind here. And Rampage Brown, I think. I've never watched NXT UK, but I watch Cultaholic, so I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there you go. Iron Man just kept running as he got whipped into Thor. Yeah, I've heard great things about NXT UK. Oh, that was weird. And back to the outside goes Loki, courtesy of Spider-Man. Doctor Strange still trying to recover on the opposite side of the ring, and Spider-Man with the big suicide dive. I don't know why it is. Well, maybe I do, from all my years of watching the damn show back in the day, but it seems like every time somebody does something exciting, my voice turns into like a D-grade Vince McMahon, like, oh my god, what a maneuver. Everybody on the outside now except for our referee. Oh wow. And it's only, each episode's only an hour long, right, for NXT UK? The only thing is, though, I feel like, even though I know I don't really, because they came back from a hiatus not that long ago, and it's wrestling, and just the way wrestling works, you can really jump in pretty much any time, but kind of feel like, man, I should watch all the other ones that came before it first. Oh no, Thor busted open now. That might cause them some issues going into the Matty in the Bank ladder match on Sunday. Thor and Loki both bleeding, as is Spider-Man, I believe, and Doctor Strange. Cap and Iron Man here in the middle, the only ones not cut open. Oh, Spider-Man heading up top, Loki down. Spider-Man getting a 5-star frog splash. No cover, come on. This is a perfect opportunity. Yeah, I'm not sure what they really can do right now. I don't know what the exact restrictions are in the UK, but as far as I know, everything is still limited for, although they either had or are having some sort of big concert where everybody's gathering and they're trying to see how it impacts the COVID numbers. Maybe I'm getting that wrong. But now Captain America's the only one not bleeding out of these 6. Yeah, WrestleMania had plenty of issues, but it was really cool getting to see all those fans in there. And the UFC had an event last weekend or the weekend before where they had, or maybe it was 3 weeks, sometime recently, there was a large number of fans in attendance there. I'm gonna guess that maybe like right after SummerSlam is when we're gonna get full crowds on a regular basis. Loki just hit low key DT on Spider-Man. Thor, oh, instead of stopping Cap from breaking it up, just wiggles his finger around. I guess it depends on how everything goes with the vaccine. Like the numbers are not increasing as quickly as they were before, and I know it's going to depend on the states, individual states, to determine when things are opened back up, and then WWE will just have to make a decision based on that. I guess all we can really do is speculate, and the chances are my speculations are probably not going to be anywhere close to what actually happens. I'm not a reliable source of information. This is pure conjecture. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely not a strategy that can be implemented in the United States. Nobody is willing to actually abide by it, for better or for worse. Especially not in certain states, Texas, but yeah. Captain America with the cover on Thor, this might do it. Loki right in the nick of time, but Spider-Man hit the 450 and Doctor Strange couldn't get a cover in time. Well, he covered him, but didn't get a count. Now he does. And there it is. The former champions, Captain America and Spider-Man, earning their rematch. Iron Man and Doctor Strange finally getting an opportunity to earn themselves a title shot, but they take the fall here. That one's definitely close, man. I was rooting for Iron Man and Doctor Strange just because they've never really even consistently appeared, much less gotten a title shot. And now Captain America and Spider-Man are going to have to pull double duty and be fighting against each other in that Maddie in the Bank ladder match and competing alongside each other trying to go after the tag team titles. You got to wonder if that's going to affect their chemistry in that tag title match, knowing they're going to be fighting each other in the main event. Captain America and Spider-Man taking on the Red and Black Power Rangers for the tag team titles this Sunday at Maddie in the Bank. Let's go back to that sweet, sweet Nick Pettigo music. Alright, we are going to find out who the final competitor in that men's Maddie in the Bank ladder match is going to be momentarily. As the former world champion, the Black Panther T'Challa takes on the MAGAzord from the MAGA powers. Classic blonde hair, blue eyes, Steve Rogers. What do you mean, like, why don't they depict him exactly like that in the movies, or what happened to him in the comics? Or is this like a general rhetorical question? Wait, I'm not sure what you're saying yeah to, I'm sorry. You said you haven't watched anything in the MCU, so I'm guessing maybe you mean the comics? Sorry. I'm gonna need some clarification on that to be able to try to answer. I don't know. Really, to be honest, I wasn't all that interested in Captain America in the comics until after the movies started coming out. Captain America in the comics when I was a kid always kind of bored me the same way Superman did. I think I've alluded to that at least in the past. And Chris Evans' portrayal was what actually got me interested in Steve Rogers' character. But regardless, I've always... Okay. Ever since Sam Wilson was introduced as Captain America, I preferred him as Captain America. Right around the time I was able to start reading and collecting comics again, that was when Sam had just become Captain America. And I was actually interested in his stories right away, unlike Steve. I have bad taste in altruistic superheroes, so, don't badmouth Sam Wilson to me. Sam Wilson is an excellent Captain America. Was an excellent Captain America in the comics. Since it's not anymore, unfortunately. Thankfully, he should have a much longer run in live action. I don't know. Like, it depends on the run, I guess. But when I first started reading comics, that was when Superman was in the middle of dying, and almost everything about the death of Superman's storyline was crap. And then we went through what, as a child, felt like 84 consecutive years of us hearing about, oh my god, Bilbo, the fucking Popeye ripoff, is really sad about Superman. Here's a whole issue about that. Lois Lane is sad that she's a lonely spinster now. And then we got all the fake Supermen, and Steel ended up being a good character over time, but and so did, I guess 3 out of the 4 fake Supermen ended up being good characters over time. But everything in that storyline was bullshit. And then I went, I don't know, man. I went for a long time not being able to afford to get comics regularly, as well as not knowing when to jump in, because like around the time high school started, it was when it wasn't as cool to be a comic book fan. So I kind of fell out of it a little bit for a few years. And then X-Men coming out in the theater in 2000 was what really got me back into it. But I watched shows like, even though I wasn't a big fan of Superman in the comics, I watched like Lois and Clark and liked that, even though don't take that as me saying it was a good show. I haven't seen it since like the original broadcast, and I know there's a lot of lame aspects of the show. But there's a ton of Superman stuff that I like, and there's a ton of Captain America stuff I like. It's just they're not necessarily like top tier superheroes in terms of piquing my interest. Do I like the actors? Like Dean Cain, I liked him as the actor back then, and I liked him in his appearances on let's see, he was in Smallville, and I think Supergirl as well. But Dean Cain's a person seems like a bag of shit. Superman smashes a Klan, that's a good one. Oh, no doubt, Mario, Alex Ross is probably the best, the most iconic comic book artist of all time. Everybody's gonna have their preference, and there are lots of artists who I think are right up there, but Alex Ross is just, he's got a place all his own, I guess. Oh, and yeah, Smallville, I watched all 10, I got into Smallville like around season, here actually, you know what, as Black Panther makes the cover, it was 2006. I'll try to make this less boring than it might otherwise be. But 2006, I was in an apartment with a couple of friends, and we had another friend who was so obsessed with Superman that he ended up naming his son years later Kal-El. So he woke me up one day. It was 2 weeks before that, he had shown me Smallville for the first time. It was an episode where Impulse made his debut. And the following season, I started watching Smallville, either season 6 or season 7. I watched it all the way till the end and caught up on all the stuff I missed. But then, a couple weeks after seeing Smallville for the first time, as Superman was on the brain, Superman Returns came out. He woke me up and we went to the theater, sat in the front row to watch that because all the other tickets were already sold out. I got horrible neck pain, but I like the movie a lot. I know Paul's probably going to give me shit for that too. But it was a good movie at the time. Smallville was awesome. Come on now. I will not hear any besmirchment of Smallville. Superman Returns, I just mentioned that we went and saw that on opening day. Brandon Routh was an amazing live-action Superman. The fact that he was able to reprise the role in Crisis on Infinite Earths, that was very sentimental. What is referee doing here? Oh, come on now. Yeah, you should at least watch Crisis on Infinite Earths to see Brandon Routh as Superman in that. It continues on from the storyline in the movie. I mean, Smallville had a terrible budget, but it was an enjoyable show, and for what it was at the time, I thought it was pretty good. Like, compared to what's out now, it's pretty questionable, I guess. Tom Welling. It wasn't Tom Welling's idea to make the show not about Superman being Superman. No Tights, No Flights thing was in place from the very beginning. Uh, well, now he's older and fatter, so who can blame him? Well, I think if you're going to go 10 years, you might as well stick with it instead of... He's still kind of worried at the end. And there's a whole series of comic books that continues on from the end of the show that shows him as Superman. It's got Wonder Woman, it's got Batman, it's got all that stuff. The CG suit was when he was flying around, but he actually wore the Brandon Routh suit for that final scene where he was running, about to fly off the roof of the Daily Planet. Oh yeah, Smallville definitely went on too long. They had like the Justice League and Doomsday and all that stuff before he ever officially became Superman. It was not in any way beholden to continuity. But I think that it's good to have something different, because if you already know everything that's going to happen, it loses a lot of its excitement. The MCU balances that out perfectly, where it stays true to the comic books, but they'll change up certain things, a lot of them in small ways, but then other things in major ways. And sometimes those major changes don't always pay off. Ego as Star-Lord's father, for example, but I mean, most of the time they hit it out of the park. Smallville, it was kind of less of a success rate, I guess. Out of nowhere, MAGAzord drops Black Panther with the F5. That might do it. And it's over. Just like I spent the whole match talking about Superman, even though he's going to be competing in the main event. Should have saved that. And another former world champion falls in this qualifying round as the MAGAzord becomes the final competitor to qualify for the men's Matty in the Bank ladder match. Well, the Mandarin thing, yeah, that was... Ben Kingsley was great as Trevor Slattery. It was no way true to the Mandarin, but at the end, they revealed that there was an actual real Mandarin, and then they did that, what's it called? I don't remember the name, but it was one of those shorts on a Blu-ray release of an MCU movie. And they talked about how the real Mandarin was looking for the dude. Yeah, I think we're all in agreement about Black Panther being the guy we wanted to win. Mario wasn't paying attention. Well, thank you for the ringing endorsement of that. I guess I have an ability to make people tune out with my rambling about superheroes. But it looks like we're going to get an awesome version of the Mandarin and the Ten Rings in the Shang-Chi movie. So, highly looking forward to that. The fact, man, that video, that fucking 3-minute video celebrating the history of the MCU and showing what we've got coming up. The one good thing about going 2 years without any theatrical releases in the MCU is now we're going to have 4 in each, 4 this year and 4 next year instead of 3. And we've got, I want to say it's like 5 movies in 7 months, and like 6 and 9 months coming up, starting with Black Widow in July. So I am beyond hyped for that. Plus the fact that we got all the shows to fill the gaps on Disney Plus. Oh no, I was just messing around, Mario. You didn't. It's video game wrestling involving superheroes. Can't take it too seriously. Yeah, I've always been partial to Marvel, but I love them both, and I don't know. I don't want to necessarily... Aggravated might seem like too strong a word, but whenever people feel the need to bash one in order to praise the other, mostly on Facebook, then it's just like, why? But maybe that's just me. I mean, you probably already figured by the fact that I was getting like every Marvel and DC comic that came out, plus others. And I've got probably a heavier Marvel representation on here than DC, but that's just because of the fact that there are more Marvel characters available to download than there were DC. Yeah, Paul loves them both too. Man, speaking of things other than Marvel and DC, though, as I just said, I was reading. I didn't stick to just Marvel and DC. Image. I love Image comics, but now that I've seen the first season of Invincible, I really regret not jumping into that series. It was well past 100 issues in 2014 when I was able to start collecting comics again, so I figured, you know what, I'll just wait. And oh my god, they gave Gamora Becky fucking Lynch's entrance. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. Well, this is unique. But yeah, Invincible, I'm really hoping I can start reading that sometime soon. I've actually been trying to find the compendiums on the local library website, but nothing's in stock right now. Oh yeah, I understand. I wasn't lumping you in with the people that are denigrating one to praise the other. Not at all. But the fact that you love Cyclops, I have to shake my head at that one. I figured you would have liked Cyclops, well. Yeah, I know you bought the compendiums. That's why I was asking if the offer to use your Comixology account was still good. But yeah, I want to read them soon, because like in all the groups that I'm in and on comic related meme pages, people are posting stuff that spoils the comic because the show's so popular. So I want to try to read it before I actually have everything ruined. I liked Young Cyclops a lot. The one that came back, that was brought forward in time, along with the rest of the original X-Men in like 2014, or maybe a little bit, no, 2013, 2012. I was never a fan of traditional older Cyclops, but kind of, these days he's kind of an amalgamation of the two, so it's not as bad. Well, now he's more like, ever since the dawn of X, more just polyamorous man-ho Cyclops. Yeah, I liked how they put young Cyclops into Champions. That was a really good series. And my first exposure was during the 90s. That's one I didn't like. The stuff he's done in other books, I've been a fan of. Yeah, exactly. Same for me. That was, I think, I don't remember exactly like what the timeline was, but it was 1992 when I first started reading comics. That's when the X-Men animated series premiered, I think at the end of the year. Batman came out a little bit before that in the same year, and so I was getting mostly Batman, X-Men comics, and Star Trek The Next Generation. Sometimes William Shatner's Tech War, because why not? Gamora with the cover, looking strong in her debut. Hopefully the mic filters are doing their job. That PlayStation 4 back there sounds like a damn jet engine. Oh wow. It was, I didn't even see the 89 Batman movie until after Returns. I know you're just talking about the comics, but since you mentioned 89, it made me think of the movie. But no, I had, it was mostly X-Men and Batman back then. I had some other stuff. It's on PS4. I only used the PS5 for maybe, well actually no. I guess it was more than a couple. From whenever I got it in November to February when I moved. Before, when I was living in the apartment, the PS5 and, well, all the game consoles, the TV, was right next to this computer desk. And now I've got the computer in one room and the game consoles are completely... The PS5 and Series X and the Switch are in a different room altogether. Oh, fuck. Gamora went for the double knees. I'm not sure how much of that she got. Batman Year 100. I just heard about that earlier today. 2 years ago when I had to move, I had to stop collecting comics like I did just because living in a one-bedroom apartment with somebody else, there wasn't any room to store them. So I was just buying a small amount. But now I'm pretty sure I'm just going to try to keep up with Marvel Unlimited and DC Universe Infinite. There's a lot of stuff about Future State that interests me, though. I like future type stories, too. Fourth grade teacher had original 1975. Oh, so Giant Size X-Men #1? I've always wanted that. I've got a facsimile copy. But that's probably as close as I'll ever get. Man, there's just so much coming out now. I was at the point in 2019 where I was getting anywhere between 40 and 60 books a week because it was everything from Marvel and DC, some Image, some Boom Studios, some IDW, Dark Horse. It would be really nice if Image had an equivalent to Marvel Unlimited or DC Universe Infinite, where you could just read all their comics, all their older comics. But I guess with everything being independently owned by the creators, that's probably not feasible. Yeah, 40 to 60. Literally everything from Marvel and DC. Yeah, but Comixology Unlimited, it might be the closest thing, but it's definitely not anywhere near what Marvel Unlimited and DC Universe Infinite have in terms of complete runs of series and all that. Right. So yeah, that's the main reason I've never really been interested in signing it. Oh, the giant swing! One of the most deadly maneuvers in all of wrestling. This is how Chris Koron has seduced all of his former girlfriends. Whippity-doo time. No, not in this game, unfortunately. That'd be awesome if she won on an airplane spin, but only 2. Former women's champion Wonder Woman taking on the debuting Gamora to try to earn that final spot in the women's Maddie in the Bank ladder match coming up on Sunday. Not gonna get a submission this way. Yeah. Paul, has there been any progress on the scanning or whatever you're going to do for Invincible? I wasn't sure if you had any time for that. And I don't know how much time it takes to do that stuff, to be perfectly honest. But just curious. Oh, cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. I haven't figured out yet if the reason I'm... See, the deal is with the individual volumes of the trades and with the compendiums, it says that some libraries in the local library system have them, but not like the branch closest to me. And I was trying to get them to send it from one branch to the other. It says I can't. I don't know if that's because I don't... Oh, wait. Oh, only 2. Okay. And by the first book, do you mean the first trade, like the first 5 issues or 6 issues, whatever the case may be? Oh, the compendium. Okay. So that's like the first 40-something issues. Oh, 20? Is it the deluxe edition? The compendiums all have 46 or so issues apiece. That sounds about right. Okay, yeah, 48. Okay, 48 is the exact number the Walking Dead compendiums have. I got the first 3 of those from before I started collecting the individual. That was one series I made an exception for, even though they were past 100 at the time. I think it was like 148 I started buying The Walking Dead. If there had been an Invincible TV show back then, maybe I would have bought the book too. Yeah, the compendiums are like huge. I've got the Walking Dead ones in this closet here, but I don't know which box they're in. Basically like a phone book in thickness. I want to say the series of Invincible went to like 144 issues or something like that. The only 2 issues that I have are a reprint of the first issue, because Image First, they would always reprint #1 issues from their most popular series and sell them for $1. And then there was one time where Image, Wonder Woman's got it. Just like that, Wonder Woman is qualified for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Gamora unsuccessful in her debut, but she looked good. Anyway, issue #1, and you know what? Issue 100 something, when Image was selling their comics 1 month for 25 cents. 1 issue from each series. Mario's rooting for Wonder Woman in that Maddie in the Bank ladder match. There we go. Of course, it comes up with Invincible Iron Man first in my collection. 133. 25 cents. It was the first of 12 parts for the End of All Things, which apparently was the final arc, I would imagine. Alright, so the field is set for the women's Maddie in the Bank ladder match. And the men's, actually. Only 1 match left tonight. Let me make a note of the winners so I can get the full pay-per-view card for the end of the show. Main event, Batman and Superman. I believe it's their first time teaming up here in the MWA. And you'd say the same for the other team, because you would never expect these two to team up. White Ranger Joe Biden, the world champion, and the international champion Chewbacca. Moment to get this set. After this match ends, let's quickly run down the card. It's still ridiculous, man. There we go. I just have to wait for this damn red bar to fill up. But coming up on Thursday, again, I'd like to remind you, myself, Chris Coron, and hopefully Red Jed. He's had a lot going on recently, but hopefully we'll be back. We got MWF Attitude coming up. It's going to be our first show since last Thursday's Matt Mania. Again, the full card for that should be up sometime tomorrow on our social media outlets. Batman and Superman making separate entrances for this main event. So we're living in a world now where we could see this Sunday night Batman become the international champion, Superman could become the world champion, and Wonder Woman could become Ms. Maddie in the Bank, and even maybe cash in to take that women's title back. They having a lover's quarrel again. I can neither confirm nor deny that. Despite the fact that Paul claims to love Superman, he doesn't like this one. Paul only likes Supermen who shave, drink milk, and sit down when they pee. Actually, I don't know about the milk thing. Paul tends to be afraid of anything white, creamy, and it's a dairy product. If it's white and creamy, it's not a dairy product, though. He's all about it. Great Boy Scout soup. Probably Clark was probably an Eagle Scout, you'd have to imagine. It's our world champion, the White Ranger. The only two-time world champion in MWA history. And the only international champion in MWA history, although Chewbacca's been on quite the losing streak lately. I believe he's lost 3 in a row, and one of them was to Superman in a triple threat #1 contenders match. That's how Superman earned his title shot in the first place. Sorry, I keep sniffling. Trying to minimize that, it's not working too well. Chewbacca here in the main event on Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. I watched a little bit of Revenge of the Sith earlier just because that's what happened to be on TV. Easily the best of the prequels and actually top 5 all-time Star Wars movie. Alright, here we go. You get some more Star Wars characters on here. Chewbacca and his tag team partner C-3PO. I think the only ones we got. Batman coming out of nowhere recently, beating Chewbacca in a non-title match to earn a shot at the title on Sunday. See Batman in tag team action with Robin. And singles action, well, I guess in tag team action hasn't really been all successful either. But now, gonna have his first opportunity in the championship. And tonight he's in the ring with 2 champions. As the White Ranger Joe Biden perhaps attempting to sodomize Batman. Oh no, and he kicked him right in the chest. Interesting variation on the figure 4 from the White Ranger. Numerous guys busting out new moves tonight. I could have been... Batman could have easily tagged Superman. I just don't think he wanted to. And making me look like an asshole. Preview of our main event from Sunday. Champion and challenger colliding. The White Ranger versus Superman. I just realized the 2 guys who got active in the chat now are mods. They got the little sword icon next to their name. They just have a sword fight. Looked like Chewbacca pulled his hand away, but no, that was a legal tag. Chewbacca looking to knock out Superman. Chewbacca's looking to get revenge on both these guys for pinning him, actually. Yeah, you know, you heard me. Paul's a big fan of Sonic. It'll be Mario versus Sonic at the Olympic game. Alright, Paul, you're a winner. Oh no. Batman. Well, I thought he was in trouble with Chewbacca. It took 80 years to get over the top rope. Yeah, you and me both. I'm hoping that Superman and Batman can both win the titles on Sunday. Just Batman hasn't had an opportunity before. I want to see him make the most of it, because if he doesn't, who knows when he might get another one. And there it is. Finally, we're going to the outside. I need to raise the mic up a little bit because I keep hitting the arm. Just trying to keep it out of frame. Well, I think it's the last 5 pay-per-views that the world titles change hands, so the odds are not in Biden's favor. Although that last quote taken out of context could have easily come from my dad. By God, the MWA board of directors couldn't have possibly voted this man as world champion. Gotta recheck those mail-in ballots. Yeah, these guys partners in no... Oh, fuck. In no hurry to help him out. Biden, I think, landed on the steps with his leg. Oh, this is completely unrelated to anything, but... Well, I guess it's wrestling related, technically. I know it's backwards on the camera since my camera's inverted, but... Pile Driver, the Rock and Wrestling Radio Show. This is a shirt that I won from the radio show like 20-something years ago. And I was already wearing it, so I just decided to wear it for the stream. On the back it says, it's gonna kick your ass. And coincidentally, well, I guess maybe not coincidentally, it kind of directly related to me wearing the shirt. I just Googled it not too long before the show, and oh damn, DJ Raz, one of the guys that was hosting the show back in the day, has been uploading entire shows to YouTube. So there's no telling when or if I'll actually get around to listening to those, just because of previously discussed inability to keep up with shit. But I'd like to go back and check those out for nostalgia purposes and try to find the one that I won the shirt on. So I have no idea what the date or episode number was or even who was on there. But I called in and Mario, it's not even necessarily that I'm busy. It's the time that I have to actually do these things. I'm either bad at managing it, or a lot of the time I'll just be in a state of mind or in a state of my physical being where I just don't feel up to it, so I end up watching stuff on Twitch or YouTube for hours, especially late at night. Yeah, you know what I mean. So I'm not trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm the super busy person that has no time for anything and all my time is valuable and being utilized to its fullest. I would like for that to be the case, and I try. But it is what it is. I think Biden might be setting up for that Claymore. Oh, and he nails it right on the jaw of Batman. Is Superman going to get in there to break it up? Chewbacca trying to stop that from happening. And gets a dropkick to the back of the head from his own tag team partner. What the hell was that? Biden just donkey-style dropkicking Chewbacca. And Batman catches Biden with the flatliner. What? Only 2.5 there. Almost a major upset. Going right back to the arm is Batman. This is about the point in the show where I regret not eating before the show. Bruce. I have no idea who Bruce is. Oh, Batman with a big pump kick to the face. Is Batman going to pin the world champion? And he does. Chewbacca is standing up there. He's just standing around, grabbing his head now like you haven't eaten. No, now you can eat something, hopefully, because the show is about to be over. Biggest victory of Batman's career. Joe Biden, the White Ranger, rarely ever loses. Actually, I think the only person to ever... Well, Thanos is the only one to pin him in a one-on-one match. Biden did lose in the 4-on-4 elimination match against the MAGA powers when he first joined up. Yeah, I love chatting with you too, man. I'm glad if there's nobody active in the chat, then it's really hard to do these streams on my own. Thursdays are a different story when I've got at least one other person with me. Definitely helps. And you see a replay here of that 3-count Batman pinning the White Ranger Joe Biden. Chewbacca didn't get pinned, but he technically loses the match again. And the challengers are victorious here tonight, sharing a manly handshake. Batman, Superman. This El Paso crowd loves them. This Austin Theory clip on YouTube looks like a brat. Man, I saw, I recently watched a Dark Side of the Ring that had him on there, and I think it's from season 2. And he really creeped me out. But I probably shouldn't end the show talking about Austin Theory and his perversions. So, here we are again. Despite the ridiculously long load times, we finished in under an hour and 45 minutes, so that's pretty groovy. Yeah, he is something else. So, yeah. I need to go get something to eat, and I think Mario does too. So, again, I'll be back on Thursday with Chris Coron and hopefully Red Jet as well for MWF Mattitude, the first episode since Matt Mania 2. And then, Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to be back here with MWA Maddie in the Bank. And as I said earlier, I'm going to go over those matches coming up for you really quickly. In the women's Maddie in the Bank ladder match, we've got Rihanna taking on former women's champion Kim Kardashian, her half-sister Kendall Jenner, Billie Eilish, Jessica Jones, and Wonder Woman. We'll try to get that briefcase, cash it in anytime in the next year for a women's championship match. We've got tag team action, Goku and Chuck Norris taking on Wolverine and Deadpool. The international title on the line, Batman, who you just saw victorious in that main event, going to be challenging Chewbacca for the title. She-Hulk, women's champion in action earlier tonight, she's going to be defending that championship against Captain Marvel. And in our fourth match of the evening tonight, you saw Captain America and Spider-Man winning that tag team #1 contenders match. They're going to challenge the Red and Black Power Rangers for the MWA tag team titles. For the World Championship, the White Ranger Joe Biden, who just tasted defeat in our main event here tonight, going to be defending the belt against Superman. And then the main event of the evening, the 6-man Maddie in the Bank ladder match. We have former world champion somehow, Superhuman, taking on Spider-Man, Spider-Man's tag team partner, Captain America, the Incredible Hulk, Thor, and the MAGAzord. One of those 6 men is going to earn a contract for a world title shot in the future. Let me just catch up with the chat real quick before I sign off. This Sunday, love you too, Mario. Yeah, 9 p.m. Eastern. I considered moving it because of it being Mother's Day, but then everything worked out fine doing a stream on Easter, so I figured, hey, why not? It's going to be nighttime anyway. But yeah, that about wraps it up. I'm going to go into another room where there's a fan and eat some food. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.